North Island Track and Park District Board of Directors meeting to order.
I'll second it.
Are we done? Okay, comments and reports, citizens and organizations.
We have one, I heard.
Did we?
Oh, I thought you said that. Oh, it's not.
No,
Oh.
no, it's the letter I put on your desk there.
From Gary.
Yes, vote for me. And I wasn't gonna do it,
Well,
but
that's a
I'm running
first.
through the same office as well, so,
That's a first.
yeah.
That shows initiative.
Chair, by any chance, is there anyone online that has comments? Or that is not?
Rachel, you'll let us know, right?
I
Well,
thought that
we
we.
don't do the comments.
Yeah. It's not a Zoom anymore. Remember?
Yeah.
No, this one. All right, administrators report. Scott, take it away.
Thank you. I did have a couple of new additions that are not in my written report. One would be last month I mentioned a gentleman named Adam McCowan. He used to be in full renovation. Now he does artificial turf. He'll be coming out on Monday to take a look at the two areas out front. That is our property. I don't know. I mean, I will reach out
Since
to
when?
up to where the retaining wall is us. So that's just Twin River.
Breakage. That's gonna make it easier.
So I will have a price for you at the November meeting, and I can approach Twin River and see if they want to partner with it. And we'll see, from an aesthetic standpoint and also a wear and tear standpoint, we'll see if it's something we want to pursue. I jotted down a note to myself. We would it's time to have a standing committee meeting with two different committees, facility development and personnel and policy. We have some things that we need to review. So we could try to share calendars and see what might be a possibility. Facility development is Zach and Bo, and personnel policy is Crystal and Zach.
We have one scheduled October 24th. We're going to reschedule, so we'll let you know. We've been trying to work out dates for the remaining two.
Okay, so we are on for October 24th.
No, we have to reschedule.
Schedule that. Okay. I got correspondence from LAFCO today regarding the voting process. We will address that at the November 13th meeting, and the ballots have to be in by the 21st of November. We'll have time to do it.
Is that the position that Bo
Correct.
shared? Did he follow through on the steps to get submitted?
He is on the ballot.
Awesome,
Yes.
thank you.
Tomorrow morning when I get to work, I'll send you the electronic version of it because it's got all the candidate statements. It's got who's running for which office. The 4-year term, there is a correspondence I received today in my email from a member of the LAFCO board now, just kind of campaigning a little bit. So it's not in competition with Bo, and the 2-year term, she's going for the 4-year term. So, other than that, if you have any other questions for me, I'm happy to.
Sprinkler on the home.
I completely disagree with that. I think that is beautiful that our neighbors see a space they can use. I love seeing the kids playing and the parents out and about, walking, watching. The light, when the light's working, it's really beautiful to see. So I hope that we figure out a way to.
That grass out there.
Yeah, that's why we give them turf to play on.
Parks and
Turn the
Recreation,
water
fire
on,
regeneration.
Make the grass grow.
Am I allowed to fill in on committees?
You are, yes.
So if you would like
Yeah, let me
to expedite, I do not have a problem.
Thank you.
And will you let Zach know since he's in charge of facility development?
Yes.
So if the
Because
chair
you-
steps in, would the member be the chair for?
No, it would be in replacement of, say Zach was out of town on a business meeting, couldn't be there, and we just couldn't square up our schedules.
Right, no, but I mean, would Joanna be
Joanna and
the
Crystal.
chair? If she stepped in.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, yeah, probably in, yes.
For Zach, for like
Yeah.
facilities and.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, like when I go do
She
another.
can run the meeting.
No, audit thing.
Right.
Yeah, just so you know, I
Yes.
would, if I were to fill in, I would allow you to chair.
Mhm.
And I would be the member.
Okay. Question, Scott, and we're still on your administrator's report, right?
Yeah.
For CSDA, was there anything that you saw that you wanted to pursue? I saw you mentioned about the social media thing or anything that you think that we need to be looking into for our district?
Well, from a personal standpoint, I surprised myself because the two sessions I enjoyed the most were the impact fee playbook and taking your audit from penalty to touchdown. So I'm kind of concerned that those are the things that I really enjoyed sitting through. The other meetings were good. The other sessions were good. We are talking about a social media policy, so I wanted to make sure I sat in on that discussion as well. So really, it's just I was just trying to broaden my education and try
I
to
was-
get as much information as I could.
I was curious on the taking your audit.
Mhm.
If you found anything applicable to like the situation we ended up in last year.
Some, yeah, and I need to go back and review the material one more time before I can give you a really good answer. But it was very intensive in that the auditor that presented it, his firm, they really did a deep dive in. There's this type and there's this type, and if you're doing it this way, then you're in this type. And it was mainly just about providing the documents your auditor needs. Don't expect your auditor to do the job for you. They just want that information so they can do their job. And many other things. But I did pick up some things that I think will definitely be helpful going forward for us. So.
And what about for you with the general manager meeting, networking and mentorship? Did you see or have you considered doing things differently than what you're doing? I know you're going to like the business meetings and.
It was really geared for people that are coming into the role. I'm a veteran of 2 years now. No, I thought that was a good session. A part of it with one of the presenters kind of veered off in focusing on your organization. In fact, I just sat through a 6-hour workshop webinar about organizational review and how to take your organization in the proper direction. So his part of this whole discussion was really about that, which was important, but it didn't really fit the theme of what the title was. So I got a lot out of it, but it wasn't my favorite session to go to.
Terry, do you have any interest in watching the part about the audit? He says that anybody can have access that wants to review it.
Probably look at it.
I can share the PowerPoint with you.
Probably not Layman's room.
We'll see. We'll sit down and talk about it.
Okay.
And I, for one, I'll touch base with you. I would like to see some of it.
Sure. Yeah. It's basically PDF PowerPoint, so you can go through the progression of how they were.
Anything else for the administrator? Okay, moving on to maintenance. Take it away, Curtis. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, I'd like to apologize on the front side. Don't have any maintenance staff here tonight to introduce you. I will make sure that happens in November. I'd also like to take a second to note that the report from Nightwatch that I received today has all of last month's dates on it, so please disregard that it's not a September report. They sent me an August report. So I will make sure to discuss that with Robin tomorrow. But I hope you all had a second to take a look at my report. I have nothing to add, other than I feel like we're getting really, really close on construction of Freedom and Carl Rosario. That should be happening. Fingers crossed, we should have them installed before Thanksgiving.
So they're happening simultaneously? Oh.
I would say from being a assistant manager of a soccer club that uses Brock Park, I think this is the best Brock Park has looked in a long time. With accumulative things such as the paintings, the everything, the baseball fields being drubbed. Instead of weeds growing everywhere, I mean, you got beautiful green, lush grass. But yeah, I get nothing but compliments about Rock, how clean the restrooms are. That's me, but it's still, you guys painted them all inside, redid them all. We still would love to solve the one. But lots of compliments I get on Rock. I mean, we got 4 games there this weekend of the bigger kids, so. Yeah, no, Brock is phenomenal. But yeah. No,
I'm just curious, do you have any kind of timeline for how long that pipe was leaking at Freedom? Because you're not kidding, that was a lake.
Yeah, we believe it was overnight, and it was a good leak, I mean, because we had been there the day
We
before.
created that lake overnight.
Yeah.
And how many gallons of water do you think we blew down?
Several thousand.
It's like $14,000
gonna be-
in water bill. I saw
Well, that's,
combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty significant, Joanna, how many gallons exactly would be very, very, but yeah, it was. When we.
Is that California American water or is that Sac Suburban?
Sac Suburban,
Well, you could probably figure it out based on usage last month and
potentially,
how many gallons.
yeah,
But yeah, that's huge.
yeah, it was coming out of the ground.
First I read it and then I saw the photograph. He's not joking, that's a lake. Yeah.
But they got it turned off quickly. Well, once we were able to see it in the morning, and then, the irrigation's been off since, basically, so.
The rest, I just have a whole bunch of smiley faces, Clayton, and how you handled the fire and the fact that you removed the dirt, which made it more accessible. Little, discouraged about the homeless people at Sierra Creek.
They're hiding right back in behind the fence, aren't they? Isn't that?
Yes, typically when you find a camp there, but this last one, was more towards the school in the undeveloped section of the property. But it's not an uncommon occurrence.
And I just wanted to say, Freedom Park looked great on the 27th. And your crew was obviously busy. I mean, you could see them everywhere. And then at the end, it was like whoosh, all the chairs, you guys were like a well-oiled machine. So,
Logistics, baby.
yeah, kudos. All right, nothing
Yeah, I
else for
have-
maintenance?
I do.
Okay,
Question, are you satisfied with this template of report?
I don't hate that.
But is it
Compared to what we were getting before with the unusable graphs,
Right.
and that's giving you a little bit more detail and information that's happening within the parks. So I'm not against it.
So they log everything that,
They log
Right.
everything. We're getting the highlights here, but they're logging.
so my incident Saturday be on next month's.
Yes.
And then I noticed the 6-inch, oh no, you can apologize. 6-inch main line, right? When I read that, I started thinking about that game pipes. Because I'm like, how many of these have we replaced? Do we have a map that kind of shows what has been replaced and like maybe what's remaining? And do you know what may have caused that?
I know it caused the break in the line. It was it's typically root intrusion. It just if a root from a tree just grabs around and squeezes it, goes.
Okay.
But this particular one that was such a devastating leak broke that T basically in half. You still have the T at the yard because the break in it is like that long, and it's it's a hair.
And
And
with
with all
no
that
root?
water pressure on it, it blows it out.
and this was a root?
Yeah, that was root, and that's all. And it typically it's where valves are, right? Because that's where you get a little bit of water leakage.
Is there an X-ray system or how do people see that, like to see where roots are now and prevent, like measure? It just we just go with the flow and then when we see evidence of, that means something's broken. Wow. Okay. All right, and then, question, with your team removing all of the homeless, debris and materials, are there particular hazmat things that they use? I've heard of people being pricked by needles and certain
Sure.
waste things, is there a process that you all have to keep yourself safe?
We don't have needle-proof gloves, something I could certainly look into for the future. But it's a meticulous process, it's not a, just grab it, chuck it. And then, and all the trucks have a can in them, so feel like we're to have to move to get it to live.
And I'm being a little curious, can you give us a little snippet of the expo, the equipment expo? And I love the fact that you gave them a prompt and something to talk about later. I'll listen to, yeah, go ahead for this.
Listen, any equipment expo is a company that's trying to sell you stuff. So we went, I kind of gave them the knowledge of that on the front side. We went down there to look at what our future's gonna look like as far as when we have to go battery powered. So there were only 2 employees that took the entire crew with us. And we went, and I allowed them, you didn't have to,
Do your own thing.
yeah, go do your own thing. Go see everything, check everything out. There was a lot of good equipment for the future. There were some companies that I feel like we potentially will partner with further down the line. There's a lot of infrastructure that we would probably have to do as far as charging goes, to create that ability. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it was a great team building experience, if nothing else. We did see a couple of mowers that we would like to get in the future when our big old one
Yeah.
finally goes. There's consensus on one, I think.
A week from Thursday, isn't that? Because
A week from Thursday is when it goes.
it's been around a while.
And then we also took time while we were there to walk the park and see what they were doing differently than us.
Yeah.
What they were doing better, would we like and could incorporate with us, and then also give them an opportunity to pat themselves on the back a little bit if they were doing something better. Now that they knew that they were gonna have that expo there, so that park was tip top condition. But it was really fun. We got to look at different things and like, we'd love to add this, we could take this. And from that, we decided that this probably is once a quarter thing, we'll go to a park somewhere outside of our district. And just take a look at it, see what we can find.
Do we currently do that in our district, like as a team assess, or is it based on, cause we do park cleanups every day anyway? So we don't all see it once, it's just as they're assigned to the park. Yeah, I mean, I encourage, I love that idea, cause you can also get inspiration from other parks. But I wonder if we could include one of those quarterly trips to one of our sites to see, everybody eyes on it. And then question, do you know why they didn't get the arson investigator? Why they were not dispatched to the fire, just to see what caused it?
It's likely that it was somebody playing with a lighter or smoking. There was no real damage. So if there's not any real damage, it's not worth pay for them to defend an arson.
Understood.
Not like the Barbie ones.
That's correct.
Yeah, what started that?
Molotov cocktail.
Seriously.
Really, they targeted?
I was talking to, she was out at our soccer fest, and when I was ordering food from her, I was talking to her and she said they've had issues lately with them breaking out their windows. Another fire a week prior, and then this one. They think it was a Molotov that
That's
she goes, I don't know what we've done wrong. I was talking to was her dad or husband, but yeah.
They were really nice people. They catered a gathering we had, and they stayed open during the day because that usually they open at 4 on the day that we needed them to cater. Said, yeah, we'll do it for you.
Wow.
And it was reasonable, and the food was really good. It breaks your heart that these folks are going to be out of commission for so long.
Right.
Yeah,
Just like
look at
Big
Big
House.
House.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Yeah, it's taken forever.
this further proves why they were talking about the whole PDIP thing and having someone to, this border is just missing a gap of security, I guess, or additional eyes on it. But for Bar West, they do have a GoFundMe, so if folks wanna contribute, you can check that out. And then my last question was, when you do remove property, do we have to tag it, like give them notice that we're about to remove their items, like that are encampments and things like that on our sites?
No, because those encampments are typically being, everything that we remove is what's left behind by them. And so that was an active camp that we went right behind Ag Watch and the sheriff's department.
Okay, good, moving on to recreation. Rachel.
Yeah. Okay, so Joanna, I apologize, I forgot to do it again this month for scholarships, but we had 2 scholarships and it was for Pee Wee football.
Thank you.
I apologize, I forgot to write that in there. Also a reminder, this Saturday is our Halloween extravaganza event, so I hope to see you guys out there. And the last thing I wanted to mention is I did wanna give kudos and thank you again to our parks team. They did a beautiful job, Freedom Park getting the event ready for us, but they also do a ton of work for us on the back end, getting like signage prepared for us. Brad was there super early in the morning, he was there at 5:45 with me, helping me get ready. And helped me tremendously with the volunteers we had, and when Thomas came in, they really kept the park clean and pretty and presentable the entire event, and then helped at the end, so big thank you to the parks team, couldn't have done it without them. So, thank you again. That's all I got.
Why don't we have before and after school program here at the community center?
Like the one we do at Dragon's Den, well, Dragon's Den is with Dudley Elementary School. Only with Dudley students, which is right next door. This is why we do it there.
FC Joyce has an after
Yeah,
school
they
program
have
as
their own.
well.
Okay,
It's ELOT funded, just like Raccoon Club used to be for us at this point.
right. Okay, it seems like the weather cools down, adult participation goes up.
Yeah.
Certainly bigger numbers than with the kids, and then on your miscellaneous updates. This training was about connecting with families and programming in additional ways.
No,
I'm all ears. Can you elaborate on that?
I didn't attend it, this is actually something Kayla leads, she's actually the YTRS president this year. I didn't attend this and I honestly didn't get to talk to her about it too much, as you guys know, she's out of the office for this entire month for her wedding. And September was crazy and I didn't look into this more though.
Yeah, I'm curious, I'd really like to,
We can provide a report
Yeah.
on the November
Yeah.
agenda.
that would be great, and I'm really glad that you guys went to the GCC back to school night. I really feel like they're gonna be moving forwards.
We have multiple meetings with GCC.
Yeah.
I guess.
An open house,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
good
another
that-
thing with them in November too. A resource fair for their high school students, so yeah, we love helping them out.
anything else for recreation?
Yeah. Did you?
No, it's all.
I wanted to know, oh, for pickleball, if seniors are free, it was a question I had. If seniors are free, do they have to register or can they just show up?
They have to register.
They do register
Yeah,
first?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cause I heard a senior saying, no, all they have to do is just sign in. And then I was like, okay, but I thought
Yeah.
I confirmed.
No, we have them register,
Okay.
but they also sign the waiver, so at least we're protected that way.
Mhm.
But yeah.
And then I just say, in the future, if ever we are short a team, let the teams know. Cause we really could have had 4 teams. So many people came to like the day of and the next practice and we were like, oh, he already created the schedule. But if we would have known he was short, we would have like called all the homies, like we need another team. So just a suggestion to use us, because we would have.
Is that pickleball?
Volleyball.
Yeah, I thought you lost a team. Did you lose a team?
We had 6 last season, so that's why we were like secure, we were like, oh, we're gonna be good, but we only had 3 this time. And so, just a suggestion to help out. And then the last thing is, can you all consider adding the Paint the Park events to the website calendar and the Facebook calendar, cause since we don't have like people can't sign up or subscribe to our calendar, it'll be great to see it, cause sometimes there might be a post about Paint the Parks, or Kayla for sure will email folks.
Yeah.
But if something like pops up, like for example, if it's Facebook, it'll be like, you have an event coming up, and then it's a good reminder.
That's a good idea.
Just suggest.
Do you use the signage out front?
For paper parks, we don't. Yeah. But it's not a bad idea either.
And then I hope to see give a shout out to Kayla being CPRS prez, like for YTRS, that's super cool. I look forward to seeing more of the employee shout outs and spotlights. Those are really, it like connects people to the people doing the work. Then my last question was, I saw the spotlight coming up. Are there any parks we haven't visited?
Let me think. Memorial, we've done Cherry Blossom.
Chardonnay.
We've done Chardonnay, where are we
And
going
we're
back
doing
to
Chardonnay
Chardonnay?
again. It might actually just be. A Memorial, okay.
Okay. Cause I know the disc golf thing is coming up and I saw
Yeah.
the survey, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a thing.
Yeah, and we had talked about Memorial and then, yeah, I wanted it to, but when we had planned the park spotlight, it was. We do it way in advance and we weren't sure about Memorial at that time, but I do agree, the next park spotlight should definitely be at Memorial.
Cool.
Especially with the tree, well, we probably will do it tie in with the tree plant like we did at Carl.
And the
Yeah.
disc golf stuff, and then my last question was, I saw in the community resources, Techtify is using the community center. Is it for something separate, like they're hosting, cause I didn't see a flyer to attend or anything?
Yeah, it's not our program, we do have flyers out in the lobby area, but it's a program that they do separately, but they just use our building space. So
That's
so we do have
It's open to
flyers.
the public though, if she's putting flyers out.
Yeah, so anyone can go to it, any
Okay,
adult
I'll
can
look
go
for
to it and you just have to do, it's a digital literacy course. You take complete 8 hours of Chromebook. So I know they've been getting people. And there's not a huge crowd that comes out, but they have a couple of people come in. I think they'll go until at least November.
Oh, that's a good thing, I'm interested because there's so much about AI coming out, there's talking about businesses and schools, but no one's talking about the people who use it, like the consumer, us.
Yeah.
And how do you, especially our vulnerable, our students and our seniors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fraud too, so like there's just a lot, but this is great, I'm so glad y'all allowed them to use this space, and that's it for me, Jerry.
Okay. I know I have questions in the consent calendar. So we can go with the motion in a second, but I am gonna open it for discussion.
I make a motion, we accept.
Second.
Okay, discussion. Crystal, why don't you start instead of going last? Did you have anything?
Whoa.
The P numbers.
Time to date this year, hold on,
All right, Pat.
I'm good. I just saw that I don't ask you. Yes.
Okay, I know I've said this like every month for the last 4 months, I really think that our preliminary budget committee, Scott, and looking forward, needs to seriously look at ways to conserve water in our parks and do drought resistant. I think we need to move it up on the priority list. The water bills just keep going up and up and up and up. And I just want to reiterate, that's my opinion. I think we need to move that up as a priority. We need to look at parks. How much of our acreage can we make drought resistance? Work with SMUD, work with, I know, California American Water, there's all kinds of online programs for drought resistant. I don't know about Sac Suburban, although I think I did see something where they were offering per square foot reimbursement for drought resistant and water conservation, but I think we need to move it up. I mean, whatever we spend now on reducing our need for water is money we're not gonna spend on water. So I think it's a win-win. But I think when I first got on the board, I said it was like 6,000.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
It was like 6 to 9,000 and now we're looking at like 17. It's out of control. I mean, we have to do something. I'm all for green space, but the edges of the park, the areas surrounding, the playgrounds, could have drought resistant around that and then a walkway into the playground. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but I think we need to make it a priority in next year's budget to try to reduce our water consumption. I was really glad to see that our legal bills were lower. That made my heart smile. Rachel, you've been doing a lot of driving downtown. I think that's the highest mileage reimbursement I've seen on all of
That's
these.
from Monterey.
Oh, okay, you drove down,
Yeah, and Caleb we carpooled, so.
awesome. And then I had a question about Todd's Music in the Park.
Okay.
You said you didn't have anything.
Well, no, I did, that's what I looked at, like 104%.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about it, I don't
See.
remember knowing about it. I have no idea what it is, and yet clearly there's revenue.
Where are you guys looking at? Are you guys looking in revenue?
First page, line 50, toddler programs, 9646. $530 today. It says Tots Music in the Park.
Yeah, so it's 530 does seem high. Yeah, well, cause we got paid up, I think we had at least 12 participants, if I remember correctly, but it's a $25 program, so that might be a little. Yeah,
Is that a
We'll double
toilet
check that.
subsidy? thing?
yeah, music in the park, and it was in September.
And
Yeah, I
what,
think
what
I
was
should
it
be-
exactly?
It's like an exploration to music, so we have like different types of instruments and kids learn like beats and rhythm and they get to explore like drums and guitars and things like that. This is our second year running it, it's held at Carl Rosario Park. I believe we had 12 participants at 25.
Was it in last month's recreation report?
Yeah, well, it should be in this one. Cause I was reporting on September. Should be like in the beginning. Yeah, it's the second bullet point under toddler youth and teen programs. Oh, I had 13 participants, and that is an O and not a 0 for 10. Okay. So let's see. So we need $325, so I think that it probably, we'll double check it, probably it's just on the wrong line.
Who ran that?
It was Kmart. Yeah, Kmart and Harvey.
Right on. And then my other question was team night,
Yep.
when is that gonna be, what's involved?
It's gonna be in November. We're gonna do it a little bit differently this year, as you guys recall, we used to do teen nerf nights, and those were doing really well, and then they kind of started to fall off, and so. This year, we're gonna try to do a little bit more, we're gonna still have nerf, but we'll try to do like more tech-based stuff, like, you know, like Smash Bros Wars and video games and things like that. It's gonna be at Bridgepoint. We're gonna see if Tech Edified wanna partner with us and bring out some cool gadgets, swag items for the kids.
Is that a one night deal?
One night. We used to do it in like a series, but like I said, it started to fall off, so we're trying to rebrand it and see if it's better. It's a one-time thing, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I would suggest some targeted advertising at the local schools, like their clubs and groups and leadership club people. Cause then they can make that an event that their club goes to or like attends, but just a suggestion.
I'm a little concerned on expenditures. 58% on advertising and legal and 54% on food supplies. Food supplies and maintenance, I think, also is kind of up there. We still have 8 months to go.
Maintenance.
Office supplies for maintenance is at 40 already.
That's generally for copy machine materials, and Terry buys those in bulk, so we don't have to purchase them more than once or twice a year. So toner cartridges and paper, things like that.
And then your expend tools are already at 61%. For maintenance.
Yep. Bought some mowers and some trimmers.
Okay. All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Did you get the second and,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just-
hey, new business item A. Policy 3080.2 refunds.
So I'm bringing this to the board, I noticed a discrepancy in our refund policy, when it comes to building rentals, it shows, so in the top portion of my report, it shows how it's currently listed, which it talks about. If they ask for a refund, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, and then 14 days, so there's nothing in between the 15 to 29 days.
Yep.
So the bottom half of my report, it gives an alternative, of what we can do if someone requests a refund in that time period.
Yeah, I totally agree with this. I mean, I know with my staff, 2 weeks notice, if you schedule them to work 2 weeks in advance and then suddenly you cut them off, that's messed up. It's disruptive. Yeah, building monitors. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea.
I move that we accept the recommendation to revise the rental refund policy to eliminate the current gap between 29 and 15 days prior to an event.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, approved.
This thing, fine. My last report is a volunteer incentive program. Currently, right now, our incentive for our volunteers and when I'm talking about volunteers, I'm specifically talking about volunteers who assist in our sports programs, which right now is our basketball program. So they have to do it's a lot of effort, you know, they have to go to a practice week, a game a week, it's, you know, for 2.5 months or so. And right now, we pay for their fingerprints, so that was a new thing that we started to do, and they get a volunteer shirt. Which the front looks like it's the logo of what the kids' shirts are, and the back it says coach. So they have that now. Something that we thought would be more of an incentive, because it is hard for us to find volunteer coaches, and we have to supplement it with our staff, is incentivizing the coaches if they are a head coach and they lead an entire basketball season. Again, I'm using basketball for example, because that's when we look for coaches and or volunteers for right now. We would reimburse them at the end of the season their child's registration fee. So that's what I'm bringing to the board today, in addition to the shirt and the fingerprint process, also waiving their registration fee. Once the season is completed, this is for head coaches, and it'd be for one child, one coach, one child. Other things that we could do, that is not a monetary thing, but you know, Scott and I have talked about, Crystal has talked about this too, you know, inviting them out to a board meeting and recognizing them at a board meeting or an event. I think there's a lot of fun things we can do for them as well, but in terms of like a monetary incentive, that was a suggestion. This would come out of the scholarship fund.
What if they don't have a child?
My only thing was,
Good point.
why the program that they're coaching in? I mean, maybe they, after volunteering, they don't wanna have to be there for basketball, maybe they wanna do, you know, pickleball. Maybe they wanna do, you know, a dance class with Stacy. I feel like it should just be a program.
Yeah.
It can be for their child if they choose, or something they wanna do.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanna go on the little field trip. You know?
Yeah.
That was my only thought, is let them choose what they wanna do. We have lots of programs available.
Well, we could approach it from two standpoints. One would be a cash refund, where they get the money back that they paid to register their child. Or we could, and hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, Terry or Rachel, but make it a credit that they could use down the road for other programs. Maybe they want to save it for the following season, so their child, in effect, gets a free registration.
As long as
It's really up to the volunteer. This is
Yeah.
our chance to thank them monetarily. So.
I agree, it should be up to the volunteer, I think it should extend beyond whether or not they have a child and whether or not the child's the one using it. I think if the adult wants to use it, The adults should be able to use it, it's their time, maybe they wanna take that for themselves. I mean, most parents sacrifice for their kids at their own expense. So maybe they would see that as an opportunity to do something for themselves.
Yeah.
Curious, did we make any contact with our previous coaches to hold them, ask them kind of what? First of all, why did they choose to volunteer and what incentives they would like to see or receive? Did we include them in some research?
No, I did not, but.
No,
I wouldn't have done that.
I would, what I would say is, does anyone call the coaches postseason to check in? How was the season? How did it go? Any feedback? What were some challenges? What were your successes? Just to poll, just how did it go?
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, there might be a need to connect more with the folks that volunteer, and from the feedback we received from some of the coaches, they I don't know, I don't,
Oh, you're
I think they
referring to
think
some
they
of the
would
points
be-
of your email?
I seen something. I don't know which email, but
What about-
they were talking about the pay, like
Be
it,
more visible, more recognizable.
oh, none of, yes, that
Checking
would help.
in with the coaches, it was along these lines.
Yeah, but they were more talking about stipend or compensation for their time. And it doesn't have to be equivalent to the same thing staff are being paid, but something, because you mentioned the practice and the games. But if it's something that's not accessible, like we can't use these funds for that, can we find other ways to, incentivize them or show our appreciation? So.
I like this idea. I just think it should be extended beyond a specific program or for a child. And to address what you're saying, Twin Rivers does, or used to, I don't know anymore. They used to do a volunteer luncheon annually to recognize all the volunteers, that had helped them throughout the year. They would do it at the end of the year. And they would do like awards and little thank yous.
Still doing the North Highlands narrative? We paused, right? Could that be?
It's still here, but we just can't get anyone to submit.
Well, I mean, do they have to submit? Could we nominate? And maybe the next, I think we have a thing coming up at the end in December. Not a thing. We always have something in December, but I'm just saying, the way to incorporate the ones that we, at least before this is even, policy, but just invite them out for the previous ones. But I would like to see this expanded more. Does it have to go back for the extensions, or we just say verbally for them to bring it
Yeah.
back? So they will have to come back.
Yeah, it would be new, right? It would be, after it's approved, it would be implemented.
Yeah,
It's not retroactive.
No, I'm saying, you just suggested expanding it more. Does it have to go back before we vote on it, on what the expansion is? Before we vote
No,
tonight?
but as far as I'm concerned, it's Rachel's discretion.
You guys want me to revise it? It sounds like you're saying
Does she want it to be revised to include the expanded thing, or you're just saying, make note that we need to expand it more?
Yeah, I mean, if we can get rid of such a narrow field, I'll approve it tonight.
Okay,
And then you just come back with what you decided on.
okay.
I just think it's a very narrow. It's like offering me, a year's worth of dog food when I don't have a dog.
Well, okay, so like I have a thought. I guess I want clarity on this. So for example, basketball is $78 per participant. We don't have that many adult programs. The one that we have is volleyball and it's $90, $92. So then do we only credit them the amount of what basketball was? Or let's say they do go on the senior field trip, that's $30, $32. So then do I track like, okay, you have $78, it's kind of like their own like personal scholarship account, would I track it that way? Or is it like a one time, you can use it on whatever you want if it's under $78?
Well, when they get the $78, they can go to the grocery store and buy groceries for their families. I mean, it's their money we're giving
Well,
back to them. For
Well,
thanking
I
them
think
for
we
that.
no, hold on.
I think it'd be hard to track.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think it should be like we do in soccer. you go to this referee, you pay to do the online 6-hour referee clinic, it's like $95. When you get that completed, you show us a completion and we will buy you a uniform.
Yeah.
So that's basically what you're saying, we give the shirt, and you don't wanna prolong it, because how's Terry gonna,
Yeah.
you know, if you have a $32 field trip and they had $78, so it's just too hard, it's either do it like this is, or just pay them,
Yeah,
just reimburse them right there.
I think, yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
talking,
because essentially, like, the idea is like, we're reimbursing them for basketball, but that, like Scott says, they're just getting the check. They're getting the money back.
Right,
So they can do whatever they want with it. It's just the idea is like they're getting reimbursed for maybe
and it's over and done with, we don't have
Yeah.
to sit here and try and track it for a year. I mean, I like what Joanna was saying, you know, use it for something down, but there's gonna be too many
unless it,
boxes in there that Terry's gonna have to try and keep tab on. That I don't think it's justifiable to me, when you complete this, we just give you that refund at the end.
do all these volunteers have kids in the program?
Most of them do.
yeah, I think there's like one of maybe a 1% that. I think we had a coach and then he ended up dropping out. He's like, why am I doing this? Cause his kid wasn't in the program.
That's how I do my soccer. I got no kid and I'm out there 4 days a week,
Did you come coach basketball?
not soccer.
Well, then I would leave it alone, if we're just talking basketball volunteers.
Well, currently, because that's the current
Currently,
program,
yeah.
Because that's what's,
actively recruit volunteers.
Yeah.
And frankly, I'd like to see us get to 100% volunteer coaching. It's, you know, it's challenging.
Yep.
To find the right people, they'll go through the training and, you know, the background check and everything else, but. But
Okay,
you know, I maybe look at this as the beginning of us making some effort to reward those
I
great
got it.
people that.
I got it.
I do wanna say, I'm so grateful that you did bring this forward to the board, because it was or something that was brought up and y'all took action, so thank you so much for even considering, and providing some suggestions for incentives.
I make a motion that we accept the staff's recommendation to approve the enhancement of the incentive for volunteer coaches to include reimbursement for one program registration per coach.
Just as is,
As
Crystal. As Rachel wrote it.
Well, because Crystal, the things that you're interested in would be like things that are not as monetary. It's more like recognition at like holiday extravaganza or like, or I guess a luncheon would be a monetary thing, but.
And I'm hearing y'all say a stipend is not possible. It's not feasible, it's not sustainable, and it's
You
not.
know, paying them to go, they could just get an application and you can hire them. I mean,
Okay, I just have to ask,
Yeah, stipends are for employees.
thank you. Second,
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Alright. Chairperson's report. Scott, you already knocked one off my list, was whether or not you contacted Alan about the turf. Have you reached out to the pool person?
yes, we've been playing phone tap though.
Okay,
So, but I'm gonna give them a call, get them right.
and when is our next update from Odell?
Westwood, I've been meeting with her twice a month now. We meet every other Friday. I actually would like to have her do it'll probably be a virtual presentation, but she and I talked about doing a report to the board in November. There are things happening now, and it's time that we can give you
Like
concrete
what?
activity with the county, you know, through the planning process. We're in the final phases of submitting documents that they've asked for. We're working with consultants to address some of the things that Fish and Wildlife are holding over us right now. So lots of things that are happening right now to get us to the point where they approve the final concept of the park design and construction, and we can break ground. So Karen will be here at the November meeting to make a presentation to the board.
Question, some time ago, I don't know if you would ask, but for agenda item to be for us to get these updates, is it only when there is an update? Is that what you're referring to? For Westwood?
No, I just, when I looked at the original layout, we were supposed to break ground a year ago. Okay, we've been held up with the county. I don't know what's going on. I mean, they're getting paid tons of money. It's on the billing report every month. And yet, how many months ago did we hear from her? And, I don't wanna see the playground equipment again. I wanna know what's been resolved, what's in the way,
Yeah, no.
what's
And
in
that's,
the
that'd be the
works.
approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
wanna
literally,
see
there
the
hasn't
same
been-
presentation again.
There literally hasn't been a lot of progress for the last 3 or 4 months.
Is that because the county?
Absolutely, 100%. So we've already, I'll be honest, I've reached out to Rosario Rodriguez's office. And I think Karen is on board with that approach, that if we cannot get some sort of positive momentum in this whole thing, we're gonna use that option. And I've already spoke to Forrest Johnson, who's on her team, and I've had previous conversations with her chief of staff. That at any time, just pick up the phone and yeah, we'll find out what's going on for you.
Good, because it's getting a little ridiculous.
It's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're 2.5 years into this thing.
Yeah, well, imagine somebody who's really investing in a new business or a new manufacturing, well, look at Pancake Palace, I'm sure that's part of their problem, is getting county people out there to finish inspections. And we all know how that goes. They come out to inspect one thing, they give you another list of 3 or 4, then they come back, those 3 or 4 are done, they give you another list of 2. It's like there's no accountability for them to catch all of it at one time.
They definitely work at their own pace. I had the opportunity to go over to Fair Oaks on Tuesday for a general managers roundtable. And they just completed a bond funded, it's beautiful, a new park, theater complex, 8 years. 8 years the project took. And that was with bond money. It wasn't with state grants or anything like that.
Right.
But Mike Olive was the administrator over there, said it took a long time to get the county to sign off on it. It's just it's a reality that I know I didn't expect for it to be going on this long. I know Larry probably wouldn't have ever expected it either.
Yeah.
The board has been infinitely patient. We're ready. I mean, we're ready to go out to bid. We have a great design.
Yeah,
We have products lined up, ready to go. The play structures, the bathroom building, we are ready to go. We just have to get final approval.
So what do we need to do to apply pressure? As a board, do we submit a letter? Do we each call Rosario? Do we call?
Let me go at it first, and if we don't see the momentum we're hoping for, I'll bring it back to you with some things we can do.
and then you mentioned, what was it, environmental again? We have more issues, like that's the stuff I wanna hear her talk about,
Absolutely.
cause I thought that was resolved too.
So did
So
we.
clearly there's more.
So did we.
Yeah, those are the things I wanna hear about.
And now that's not even a county, it's a state agency of Fish and Wildlife is they're just hyper concerned with the habitat around where the bridge is gonna be. They want all these assurances.
It's okay for homeless to pee.
What?
Try not to make sense out of it because it doesn't make sense.
Currently, wildlife, like peak things there
There
living.
can't be, it's dry.
There's native plants, there's
A thorn dog, bullfrog or something.
We're gonna have to plant someone like the park finally opens, we're gonna have to put a bunch of frogs in there or something, just to make it official.
Here, welcome to your native land.
Yeah.
Like you come in
But Karen shares your frustration. Like I said, we've gone to twice a month meetings because there are things to talk about now. Things are moving forward, and those last final design changes that she had to make have been made, and the submittals are in, and now we just sit waiting. But she'll be there.
Good deal. Anything else? Chairman person's report. I don't have anything except I'm really glad that everything that was going on in September is over. I feel like I got my life back.
Yeah.
And I had a committee. I, you and Kayla,
I'll join your committee.
I'm not worried. Seriously.
Some kind of logistics.
You know, I told you, I would not mind extending my energy into logistics with you. I would not mind that at all.
Welcome. Come on over.
Yeah, because you were on your own, and you and I, what we worked out,
Yeah.
it was perfect.
People talk to me.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, that's all I had. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say
Crystal,
shout out
take it away.
to celebrate North Highlands and all you wonderful people who blood, sweat, tears, tears, and a Mack truck to celebrate North Highlands truck that hit you.
Oh, did you get you?
So I appreciate
you
y'all.
that. So, can I share?
Sure.
So, you know, Emily, like that day was on it and sent out the feedback
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. And I'm at home, like dying. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
And she's talking about, well, it's fresh on your mind and you're, you know, and fresh was like the last word in my conscious.
Yeah.
Level. Like there was nothing fresh.
Yeah. Emily, you are absolutely amazing. I don't think there's anything fresh still in existence anywhere on my body. I did, however, take a lot of notes during the day up until the Mack truck hit me. License plate CNH 2025.
You said that, you know?
Yeah.
She's reading you my text.
If anyone sees the truck, please call it in immediately. I'll stop there. Oh, pretty much made lemonade out of lemons today, so.
Yeah, so I made a ton of lemonade out of a crap load of lemons.
Yeah, that was a good.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but my body was.
No, that was fine.
I haven't done that many steps in 10 years.
Yeah, you're all over the place. And then just wanting to remind folks that we do have a special election on November 4th, so I hope you are registered and ready to vote. The Sacramento County is hosting a Thrive Summit on Wednesday, October 15th. I will be there. And I wanted to shout out to Impact.org, Leah Shank and her organization. They did a Love, Loss, and Legacy, a procession. They went to 10 different places or spaces where individuals had been harmed, killed, or I don't even know the terms anymore. But it was beautiful to see them kind of making their way through Sacramento to really honor the lives lost. And then this is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month and National Book Month. And I want to just honor and appreciate our folks. I am not sure if some of them are still here or not, but we show that in October we hired Jada, Michael, Eric Simmons, and Mr. Kaishan. And then happy birthday to Elijah, Mia or Maya, Juan. I think James is no longer with us, and Sarah. And then I'm really excited to learn more about possible dog park. Wink, wink, get rid of this grass or other places that.
Dog park right out there, out front.
Anywho, the fur babies need somewhere to run, so look at this big old acreage of what we have and figure something out. That's it. Thank you so much.
All right, this meeting is adjourned. 7:29.
Record time.
Guys, if anybody wants to go to the route at the